and I'm Doug Rice. Oh my goodness, damn, I just can't hear enough horns. Good morning, Doug Rice. Yeah, I'm 37 minutes, 37 seconds into the afternoon in Phoenix. Good morning, Sunday. Good afternoon. It's the Doug Rice Show and none too soon. Hey, how you doing, folks? I'm watching the news. I'm exhilarated. Oh, the horses, the circles, the wagons are circling. The horses are coming home to roost. The chickens are being held at I don't know. But it's a shit show, isn't it? It's wonderful. I love to watch it fall apart. You know, here it is. It's the consciousness of Negroes coupled with caucasity in its death throes. That's what gets me up on a Sunday. All right, folks, how you doing? It's me, it's Doug Rice, and so you can't see, but please hit the like, subscribe button to appease your need to see the Doug Rice Show when you need to see it, so you know. Oh yeah, I'm watching. Oh yeah, they got my blood boiling this morning. They got a bunch of bullshit just, oh man. You have no idea. And the interesting thing, I'm trying to get out of here. You know, it's difficult. It's hard. It's difficult. Let me just tell you something. You can't lead with you're a Negro in need. I don't give a damn what they tell you about open arms, welcome back, return home. You got to tell them you got skills. They respond when you tell them you're a Negro with skills. Yes, they do. All right, so how's everybody doing? It's Sunday. Sunday, I had a little day off yesterday, Sabbath. I hope your Sabbath was as restful as mine. Yes, I had a good Sabbath. Had a visit from 3 hawks this morning. 3 hawks early morning in Phoenix looking to hunt down a couple of puppies that were traversing down a street. And it's no joke, I'm telling you this, because the puppies I did meet. Yes, 3 hawks perched up on a tree across the street from me. I thought we were making a connection, you see. No, it wasn't for no goddamn connection, because them 2 dogs, little puppies, came up for my protection. And I got to tell you, the hawk was just standing there eyeing the dog like, looked at me like a lump on a log. It was interesting. That sucker talked to me 2 or 3 times like, let my food go, please. It's mine. That's just the life here in Phoenix, AZ. And thanks again for tuning in to me. Doug Rice! Yeah, that's me. That's what I do. I don't know. What do you do? I don't know. This is what I do. Here's my point. You'd be like, why does this dude come on every day, sometimes before dawn, depending on if you're living in Hawaii? And why do I rant and rave and shout? What the hell is this all about? Well, I'm going to tell you, folks. Because the goddamn shit's no joke. We are in the thick of it. And the whole place is going to shit. So I get up and do my part. And I got to tell you, folks, it's become a lost art. Now, I'm crying out, letting it be known. Because these Caucasian asses they have shown. Yeah, it started with me on, what was it? It was January 6th, 2021. Right? I'll tell you why I came undone. I looked at Caucasian ass showing in all its glory, just about how bad they can get and gory. And guess what? I imagined Negroes in place of them. And I can't even imagine how bad it would have went then. I can tell you. That's the only thing I thought. I thought about if it had been, 10, 20, 30 Negroes that lost their mind and decided to go into the Capitol. I'm just imagining the bloodbath that would have ensued and everything that happened thereafter. I can imagine we still would have lived that down. And I'll say it every damn day I please to. All right, we're done. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for showing up. Now I got to run. Just kidding. We got 7 topics, folks. 7 topics. That's the Sunday show. Now, Monday through Friday, 7 a.m., you'll have me narrating something someone put to pen. And, on day one, we were sitting here trying to have some fun. I decide 7 topics that I might want to run through. And then we go through Negro news, and then we're done too. All right, so you can usually see what the topics are in the description of my Sunday shows, usually falling right about noon, right there, All right, if you like what you see and you see what you hear, do me a favor, spread some good cheer and give to the edifices you see right down there. See that? I got a new one. I just kind of sprung it on Katrina. She doesn't know. Venmo. I got new Venmo at Doug Rice. My name is Doug Rice, D-O-U-G-R-I-C-E. The phonetic spelling of that name is D-U-G-R-Y-C-E, and there it goes. All right. So how's everybody doing? Welcome to the show. So, I'm watching them. I'm watching them close. They are, they're becoming dangerous. They're becoming dangerous. They're becoming flighty, a little skittish. Well, that's one of my new words. I love that word, skittish. A little bit. But the anchor topic today, what we're going to talk about today as we open this show. And again, this is not a program. You've been programmed. This is deprogramming. This is me trying to, unwork the workings that have been worked in for 400 years because they're not working. So, our anchor topic, the choice to be chosen. Let me tell you something. I don't know how many times I got to say it every time I come on the air. I'll say it. I'm going to let it hang right there. You are set apart. You are a set-apart nation of special possession to God Almighty. Every Negro that is associated in my mind with the transatlantic slave trade, I'll start there. You can go and just land where your decisions have made. I don't know if we're from here or from over there. All I can tell you, I'm looking at truth square. The choice to be chosen is standing right there. It's a choice to be made as well. And it's interesting how it's structured. Let me tell you. The choice to be chosen, it's a conscious decision. And it depends on the answer, not taken. I won't go there, but it is an interesting and conscious choice. Remember, I believe it says, many are called, few are chosen. I understand that. Few are chosen for a specific reason. And hearing the call in its right season, I believe, comes paramount to the call itself. And it depends on the answer. The choice to be chosen. It's an interesting paradigm. You sit as Negroes chosen, set apart. But there is one more step to be taken on your part. Remember, God says if you draw close to him, he'll draw close to you. So the choice to be chosen, what you gonna do? Seriously. The many versus the few. That's really what it's about. The many versus the few. Many are called. My God, does that open up the spectrum of how many Negroes there are that have missed the call? How closely are you listening for the call? Are you missing the call? Are you dissing the call? Are you dismissing the call? I don't know. What is going on? The choice to be chosen is yours. I think about the people that God picked. I wonder how close they came to God before that ticked. If you understand, and you can be chosen. I'm of the mind there might even be some kind of way to be unchosen as well. I mean, there's a whole bunch of this that I'm sure you can tell. The choice to be chosen. I don't know, pick it up, man. Pick up the mantle. Pick it up, folks. You never know, you might like it. I don't know, who knows? It's an anchor topic. It's where we begin. Don't get too damn judgmental. We're still We're still trying to fit in. All right, here we go. The choice to be chosen. Just rest there. All right, here we go. Let's go where the next one takes us. The blonde leading the blind. You know I wanted to hit this one. Dear God, what are they doing? What are they doing? Now listen, folks, everybody is looking at Donald Trump. Everybody is looking at the folks that are following Donald Trump. Everybody sees the similarities between the folks and Donald Trump. Let's stop ignoring the obvious, shall we? The blonde are leading the blind, and then some of the blind are blonde, some of the blind are not blonde, some of the blind are Negroes, some of the blind are black-haired, black raven-haired, dark-skinned individuals that fit right in with the Caucasic sin. Look, I'm gonna just break it down like a phrase. It's serious. This is the third ideation of this nonsense we're going through here. I mean, we went through World War I. I mean, that was about caucasity as if it was ever any about other topic. World War II was in your face white supremacy too. Nazis. You're talking about an Aryan, blonde-haired, blue-eyed, godlike race that was run by men that looked nothing like that in the face. It was an interesting thing. This is the blonde leading the blind. It's a mesmerizing, spellbound option. I don't understand it. I look at that and I think they're worshiping the rejection of light. Understand what I'm saying. They're worshiping in all respects as they stand to every last one and every man as blonde-haired, blue-eyed, white skin does as it can. It rejects light. It reflects it. It reflects it. It pushes light away and into the sight of others. It doesn't absorb it and take it in and glow. Sorry, just so you know. How did this happen? Blinded by the lie. And I'm of the mind also to ask why. How did this go about? I mean, whose ideation was it to make a blonde-haired, blue-eyed kind of worshiping nation? I don't get that. And it's in every space, every place. I mean, it's in each and every face. It's not just here, it's over there. The blonde leading the blonde. The deification of whiteness began, I believe, in the 1600s as they began to paint themselves into the history and left no mystery as to what they thought of themselves. And passed that thinking amongst the population as they lightened the population throughout this creation, conquering, settling, whatever you want to call it. I mean, you look at it and call it just as you saw it. I look at it as the blonde leading the blind. And I don't see any other kind going out of the way to make as much problems as we see today. That's right, folks. I'm trying to do what I'm doing. Welcome to the Doug Wright Show. It's 12:13 in the afternoon. Well, the show will be over. No, none too soon. You guys will just suffer through it. Shit, I'm here to do it. The parallels of prophecy. Let's just move on. Parallels of prophecy. So I thought of this as in Noah's days. This is the way how this story plays, right? As in Noah's days, so it will be in the last days. Well, in Noah's days, they had hybrid, experimented, genetically altered beings that just peppered the landscape of a fairly young or newly formed earth, however you wish to look at it. And God chose to snuff all of that life out because of its misalignment with reality. In fact, that it did not belong in actuality. Now, if Noah's days are paralleled by today's, then the lives that were taken from away were not sanctioned. That's kind of where I'm at with this. So if we're going to be looking at some destruction of today's planet, well, let's look at who the victims may be. As far and wide as the eyes can see, the most vicious, violent individuals that are murderous in every way aren't the same beings, perhaps the ones that we see, same people today. I I'm looking at this. It's a parallel of prophecy. As in Noah's days, genetically altered beings are destroyed. 2/3 the population may equal 125 nations. And I say that only because 70 nations are the original nations that the Creator put in place, and 125 others have just materialized out of space. So here's what I'm trying to prepare you for, folks. You're about to see sights you've probably never seen. The amount of death intake is what I mean. But consider what we were told and how we were warned. As in Noah's days, so are in the days, these days, last days. What did they watch be destroyed? All right, I think I'll just leave that right there. All right, we'll just stay there. Their childhood's end. I'm just rolling through this until the end, okay? Their childhood end. Listen, folks, the folks that are here right now, these individuals that are acting a clown were told when they got here, they'd be here about 300 years, 300 years somewhere. They have served their purpose. And now their childhood's end. And the reason I refer that, let me just tell you, there's a book by Arthur C. Clarke. They made a movie out of it. Go see it. It's called Childhood's End. And it's interesting, the buildup to assisting humanity into its next evolutionary stage and the resistance of the current humans who didn't really see it that way. Well, I want to point out that the beings that they looked at ushering in this assistance looked like the devil to these individuals. How interesting that in like mind, our God coming to correct this current situation may in fact look like a devil to these devils. Consider that. They look squarely at Negroes and see a new arrangement. They can either accept the new arrangement or be gone. Grow up or be gone. Their childhood's ending. And so they can accept the new arrangement. They can accept how things are, fall back, and more likely be healed in some respect. We kind of know that. Or they can take the medicine that is administered. Parallels of prophecy make that medicine sinister. All right, well, I'm just moving on. Hey, listen, it's a long day, and I'm just going to say what I say. There we go. The interests of just us. You know, I am about Negroes only. I'll say that, and I don't mind if I end up lonely. I am about our folks. I am about Negroes and the predatory yokes that they put upon us. And the interests of just us. We are a singularity in nation. There is no other people that would want to trade with us our space. None of them, and I think this was asked in a class, I think in the past, they said, if you would love to trade places with being a black person in this country, stand up and raise your hand. And I think not a single person did stand. I think people remember that. The interests of just us. Negroes are interestingly beheld throughout this country and elsewhere as well. They hold us in awe and in subjugation as well. You know, I don't know if they want to bless us or tell us to go to hell. It's an interesting dichotomy of our relationship. Do tell. It's an interest of just us. And their interests are not ours. And our interests are not theirs. No matter the kind of illuminary airs they put on, they're not in our corner. In the final analysis, they'd rather have us elsewhere. And that is just the fact, folks. Interests of just us. Yes, sir. I mean, I wonder how we wound up the back of the bus, and I tell you that we didn't wound up in the front in any predatory way. We should have stayed in the back of the bus because that's where we are today, and I mean that. Next. All right, let's move on. Now, the past, present day history. In the last few, I'd say week or so, I have read through PDFs that have taken a glimpse into the past and how they have consumed Negroes then and now, and the predatory nature of these individuals as we bring receipts. It's an interesting look into the past, and I recommend anyone that's interested in all of the PDFs that we offer, including the Nat Turner story. All of those PDFs will be made available throughout the week. In fact, I'm going to be slating some time today with Katrina to go over and get the PDFs collected into one particular pile so that we can hand them out. That has to happen. But that past, present day history is still in them, folks. All the things that we read about what they've done, drawn and quartered Negroes, chased us on the run. That Nat Turner story nearly had me undone. I kid you not. I kid you not. And to think that they made gnat's juice out of a brother. Is there any really different kind of view when they do murders and manifestos? It seems that they're reviving their history in a different way. As opposed to drawing and quartering us, putting us on a trial where we know the ending of the trial, now they individually attack us through written manifestos, long drives to murder us on a Saturday while shopping. The past, present day history is unfolding in front of us each and every day. And it's the stuff that we don't hear them say. It's those thoughts we know that never went away. I've said it before, they're on pause. That's all. Now, they think today of the consequences of actions, but that doesn't take the want of action to be executed. I think today it's just their mind's been somewhat diluted, but they're still just as vile and evilly polluted. Past, present day history, they cannot outlive it. They've taken so much, and now someone's going to give it. That's right, I'm going in all the way. Who cares? It's just Sunday. All right, and oh goodness, not everybody's going to start applauding. Lastly, here we go, let's get through with it. The Critically Thinking Negro. My mantra every day is get that goddamn grin off Negro faces. Doesn't belong in any public places. The Critically Thinking Negro without a grin is public enemy number one, and they're looking to do him in. You need to consider nearly everything that is offered to you freely. Dissect it, disseminate it, determine and then decide it dearly. And this is the truth. Too many of us just accept what's explained to us. The white splaining must end. There's no more retaining any of what they say. It's a matter of the critically thinking Negro deciding and making his own play. Now remember, folks, when you're out there critically thinking, they immediately recognize you. They see you from afar. You're like a dark black night, and there you are, a bright star. And as they gaze upon you, they look for some kind of reaction. And I beg you, Negroes, keep a straight face and don't give them the satisfaction. Be a critically thinking Negro, please. Always, every day, and even on Sundays. All right, that's enough. I'm done. Hey, it's Sunday. Be glad I'm here. All right, folks, now we got the Negro news. It's 12:24 in the afternoon. Yeah, we did the 7 topics. I managed to get through those. Listen, what's happening is I'm getting more cerebral in the thinking, only because I'm doing all that reading throughout the week. So I'm of the mind that if you're going to hear on Sunday, I better have something that's worth speak. I don't know. Let's just keep going. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Let's go. All right. So what do I tell you? What am I asking? What am I begging you? I'm telling you to get serious. Last thing I said was please be serious, sober-minded. Now there's a reason I don't believe there is a need to have just a Negro grin readily received. I think that you should in all respects hold a Negro grin back. Let them do what they want. Here, let's bring some receipts. All right, folks, I'm going to share the Negro news with you. Here we go. What do we got? First things first. Police withdraw competition to name one of its horses after Black pioneers. Police were criticized for launching a competition to name one of their horses after people involved in the historic Bristol bus. Boy, how would that honor Negro? Listen to what's on these people's minds. Now you got a white dude and he wants to name the horse he rides, feeds, cleans the shit up after, and leaves outside in the stall after a Black pioneer that was on a Bristol bus boycott. How far have we come? Let freedom fucking ring. Give me a break. They'll just try anything. Next, I'm leaving that one immediately. I'll just leave that right there. Boom. Wow. This is interesting. Now, as we all know, Dianne Feinstein did pass away, and I'm very, sorry to hear anyone pass away. But here, this is an interesting opinion piece by Erica D. Smith. A Black woman to temporarily fill Dianne Feinstein's seat? Don't count on it, Newsom. Man, let the racism come forth, shall it? Governor Gavin Newsom spent the past few days, as one might expect, privately grieving with his dear friend Dianne Feinstein as a lifelong mentor and role model as she passed. Sooner rather than later, he'll have to reemerge and deal with the political mess that he's made for himself. When he does, there'll be a lot of unhappy Black people waiting for him. Uh-oh. Newsom is under the delusion, oh man, that there's a sizable pool of powerful Black women in California who are eager to put aside their own political ambitions and break ranks with their sisterhood to accept his offer to serve as an interim appointment to the Senate. An interesting take. This caretaker would agree to merely finish out Feinstein's term and not run again and make it harder to ensure a Black woman in the upper chamber at all. I didn't see it that way. That's a play for a stall. That's interesting. I did not see that. Okay. So sometimes they got smart writing up there. So he puts a woman in, cover Dianne Feinstein. Listen, folks, why do we even try with these people? I'm serious about this. Listen, I'm watching them. Are you not watching them? For all the hands that Negroes have extended in friendship to these individuals, they get smacked so hard in the face, stabbed so deep in the back. And you know what? Negroes just keep coming back for more. And so this play in trying to, placate Black people, literally a double reverse whammy that will guarantee there not being a Black woman. I mean, the issue is, when did we think there'd be any real effort to do this anyway, in my opinion? I don't know. Newsom is an actor, so we'll see how this goes. He wants to run for 2028. I don't know, man. I don't know. Oh, this was interesting. How about this one, folks? Yeah, white neighbor accused of hosing down Black party goers says he has received death threats. Oh, have you received death threats, have you? Who called you and threatened to kill you over putting some water on somebody? I don't believe that. A white man accused of hosing down a prominent Black doctor and his partygoers in what has been described as a scene of 1960s Birmingham, Alabama, claims he has been receiving death threats since the viral incident and fears he may lose his Forest Hills home. Well, you were going to lose the house as soon as you sprung the water. No, that's happening. Yeah, the house was gone as soon as water touched anybody with half a brain. I'm just going to go ahead and leave that one there. Marcus Rosebrock, 48, described about his life has been destroyed since he was sued by Dr. Yves Delsu, who heads emergency medicine and 19 of his, you've messed with some highfalutin Negroes, did you? who heads emergency medicine in Manhattan's Lenox Hospital, and 19 of his guests for pulling out a garden hose, spraying them as they celebrated Dussel's sister's birthday on September 17th, 2022. Wow. So, this is interesting. Well, Mr. Rosebrock, 48, your life being destroyed and all. I'm going to say this because I said this to my wife. I think the guy would have sprayed water on white folks. I do. I'm not going to just say his mental was about him giving a reminiscent review of the 60s and spraying water. I mean, was it hard, or did he like spray it like sprinkles, trying to wet him up? Was he trying to corral him into a corner near the dogs so the dogs could bite him? I don't think he was doing that. Is he a racist piece of shit? Probably. Most are, undercover. But now he's done this to him. He didn't think the optics. Mr. Rosebrock did not think what would happen had he just decided to spray and look at him. I ain't gonna play it because I'm scared of the whole, copyright thing. But yeah, I don't know. Look, I think you can see a little bit of it. I'm still gonna keep it. Can I keep it like that? Yeah. Yeah, I don't see people running. When they sprayed us with hoses, folks, I just gotta tell you, when there was a lot more running involved. There was dogs waiting, police with batons. To equate this with that is a bit of a stretch. I'm going to just go ahead and leave that right there. All right, next. I know everybody's like, get out of here, Doug. Whatever. This struck me as sinister. A black man's stolen heart and a family's long wait for justice. So 55 years after Bruce Tucker died, questions remain for his family. They questioned whether the head injury he experienced when he tumbled off a low concrete wall with friends was survivable. They questioned whether the 15-year-old was really brain dead when the surgeons at Virginia removed his heart without his family's consent. Less than a day after he arrived. They questioned how their lives may have been different. And what happened to his heart? Well, we know that his heart and his kidneys and everything else were removed and disrespected and just desecrated and given away. But I suppose that they'll give him something I guess today for that. And I again, the reason I don't like these stories is because if you've done it and you've done it intentionally, don't come back 50, 70 years, 50, 60. I don't give a damn. Don't try to pay out your guilt to, what are you doing? Because there's a twofold consequence of that. You give me money to soothe your goddamn conscience, that means you don't want to hear about this shit no more. And I dare say that if you do, you might have something to say about the compensation you gave not to fucking have your conscience fucked with. No. You don't have that kind of money. And ain't a goddamn thing funny. Next! Give me a break. Look at this one. Interesting. Alabama objects to proposed congressional district designed to boost black representation. Why do you want to be represented here? I keep trying to figure out why Negroes keep beating themselves up against the same caucastic wall presenting itself over and over and over. And every time you make a little progress and chip away at the wall, there is a fresh mason, usually, ready to just reseal and gloss over any damage that your blunt object of a Negro head might do. What are you doing? They don't want you here. They don't want us here. And the fact of the matter is, we need to tell them to pack. Now that's where the fuck it's at. I'm getting a little bit tired of this. They're digging in too. And by God, they're going back where they came from, just like you. You know what I mean? I think it's time we tell these clowns the real scene. I mean this. Because, I mean, they now have sundowner towns up north. They do. They got whites-only towns existing in 2023. Check my math, you know? And as they dig in, I can just imagine, you know, each man will return to his own land. So pack your gear. We're all out of here. Next. All right, let's just keep going. Oh, man. Y'all just don't know, right? This one. Look here. I don't even know what dude's problem is, really. I don't know, because the fish always stinks from the head. The fish always stinks from the head. And this boy is from South Africa. You understand me? Elon Musk is from South Africa, man. So when I hear that black workers at Tesla were called racial slurs, I'm not shocked. I'm not shaken. And the shit they said was, whoa, black workers at Elon Musk Tesla were allegedly called the N-word and monkey, while Ku Klux Klan references calling for black people to be killed were scrawled all over bathroom walls. The U.S. government alleged in lawsuit Thursday. See, but here's the deal, though. Here's the deal. Now, that happened, right? This is why we're such a feckless nation within a feckless nation. Because we got these camps and these NFACs and these other fuckers that walk around with guns all damn day and marching in lines and shit. And you got this non-discriminate black crap happen throughout this country, and they are fucking nowhere. Now, it's true. You get a nondescript Asian, do something to a sister or a child, they will come and disrupt their business for a day. They may even make them go away. But the serious shit, no. The serious shit, they're nowhere, and that's it. And I mean that. That's kind of chaps me a little bit. You know what I mean? Where are all these camps and NFAC on the scene when 10 Negroes get shot on a fucking Saturday? I didn't see a single one of these individuals go this way or that way. Yeah, I said it. Yep. That's why I'm here. Next. Thanks so much, folks. The Great Show, just continuing on. I don't know if this was a good show or not, but we'll just go on anyway. One couple packed up an RV and drove 1,300 miles to give birth in Virginia to escape the high black maternal mortality rate in Texas. I want to read that to you again because I need you to read between those lines. One couple packed up an RV and drove 1,300 miles to give birth in Virginia to escape the high black maternal mortality rate in Texas. What does that tell you about black couples giving birth in Texas? You go to a Texas hospital and they are on a trek to kill your black child. And if they're not on a path to do so, they're on a path to do as little as possible to save your black child. Because within these Texan reprobate, racist, redneck motherfuckers is their racist ideation. And in no unspoken terms do they somehow learn not to apply that in connection with their chosen profession. That's why one couple packed an RV and drove 1,300 miles to give birth in Virginia to escape the high black maternal mortality rate in Texas. Still grinning? That's what Negroes have to do to stay winning, right there. And as long as that kind of, Jews don't have to drive 1,300 miles to avoid a Jewish mortality rate anywhere. You want me to go there? As long as this kind of sentiment relents in the United States, there is no way we can continue to be around these snakes. And I mean that shit. And the only thing I'm asking Negroes to do is focus and keep your eye on the exits. That's all, because when all this shit goes left, and it's going left real fast, it's the Negro that gets the hell out of this country this one's gonna last. Next, that's right. The Doug Rice Show, welcome. Black History Underground Railroad foams across U.S. after DeSantis, others bamboozled. A Black History Underground Railroad? No. Listen. No, this is going to be a Black History Overground Railroad. Ain't no underground. No, do this shit in these fools' faces. Ron DeSantis, this is a fashion. Look, are you telling me that the fucking apple does not land far from the tree? An Italian fascist descendant of Italian fascists. Ron DeSantis. A Nazi freaking Aryan from Germany or from wherever they're at, that's Donald Trump. And of the same ilk, they form the same lump. I can't stand Ron DeSantis. He's weak. He's the white dude we've all had to deal with one time in our lives. You know, the uncomfortable one, you know, scared one of us gonna be with his wife. You know what I'm saying? You can tell too. You know, he don't know nothing. He's living in whatever world he done formed, you know, and I can tell you right there, it's a step from the norm. I don't like DeSantis. I can go on all day. But I got a few other things I need to say. All right, next. Well, you know, what do you want me to do? All right, I love these ads here. I like this. After lawsuit, a town elects first black leaders in its 200th anniversary. What are you talking about? If you have to do that in a town, you don't want to be the goddamn town leader, man. If you have to sue in order to be the first black leader in 200 years, let them be. Are you serious? Really, why? What's going to happen? I don't even get that. Don't you understand the fact that they've relaxed and allowed it? That doesn't mean progress. That means they've made whatever terms and conditions they need to live with your black ass in their vicinity. Jesus Christ! I mean, it's the headline. It's the headline that's blowing I can't believe this shit. After a lawsuit, a town elects first black. After a lawsuit, take the town and shove it up your ass. I don't care about this town. I'm moving. It's a town that's been around for 200 years. It's probably not shit anyway. I'm just saying it like that. Jeez, if you got to sue, I don't even want to be around you. Next. This one, interesting. What is it with, listen, we love these Europeanized European fashions. Here we got a hat maker, Eugenia Kim, dismissed black overweight people because only white, blonde, skinny people play tennis. Boom. What are they thinking? You want to know what's on their mind? You want to know why I tell you to get your goddamn grin off your faces? Now, let me tell you something. In public places, this one grins and cheeses with the best of black people. She appeases. You can believe that shit. Oh, yeah, buddy. Oh, yeah. But you see what she said, right? So how you can look squarely in the face of any of these creatures and take them at their fucking face value is beyond me. I'm imagining how many black people whose faces she has beamed in, reading that, taking that in. I just want to imagine what they're thinking right now. To quote, what did she say? Only white, blonde, skinny people play tennis. What? Serena Williams, where you at? Yeah. Still grinning? Next. Let's see what we can do about that. Oh, yeah, we know. Gavin, you have vowed, right. Shut up, G. Whatever. Black Brigham BYU student says he was harassed. Okay, anybody know about Brigham Young University? Can anybody spot the irony in this particular headline? Let me help you along. Brigham Young University is a Mormon university, and I believe, and they're about as racist comes from religions. Dear God, you wouldn't even believe. They claim that black people were cursed before 1971, 72, right there. Same thing with them Jehovah's Witnesses. They did that too. And they reversed that shit real quick, but they still racist at heart. Now remember, Utah, one of our children, was in school with the children of these beings, and they harassed the black child to the point that she committed suicide. So if you're at Brigham Young University and you're harassed while filming social media, that's to be expected, sir. If you're in their arena, that's the game you're going to play. And there's really nothing more I need to say. Next. Boom. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. What's this say? Kill black people. Elon Musk Tesla sued for racial abuse. Kill black people. I mean, did he just say it just like that? I mean, yeah, listen, I can imagine Elon Musk saying that. I can. I can hear him edify and espouse his racist, putrid. I mean, I know he's the fuck's from South Africa, man. You know, his father gave him a fucking mind. He's a fucking racist, right-wing, neo-Nazi piece of shit. And he knows it. This is what he does. This is his place of work. Equal Employment Opportunity Commission suing Elon. I just want to see, okay, according to the lawsuit filed in federal court open Thursday, black employees at Tesla in California were routinely subject to graffiti, swastikas, threats such as kill black people, nooses on desks, other equipment. You can't fucking see it? Huh? Can't see it? I mean, what the fuck? Well, what is it? What? This ain't 1955. This ain't 1920. It's 2015. Kill black people. Nooses on this is before they elected Trump. And then it gained some momentum and popularity, and these same clown-ass, dangerous, yes, Aryan, fascist, neo-Nazis from that part of the world, 3 times the charm. They're stirring their shit up again. Only now, black people are the Jews. Oh yeah! This is what, and the problem is they'd rather you not pay attention to this news. They have some news for your black asses to pay attention to, and it ain't got nothing to do with anything. Next, I'm not even gonna get off screen. I'm just gonna keep going. Yeah, okay, I accept. What? What was this one about? Whoa, I love this dumb shit. Oh, almost half of young black Britons plan to migrate amid racism concerns. Landmark study. And look, Nadine White. Listen, folks, it's a global turn. It's a global right turn. It's a sharp right. The whole world is taken, and it's directed against those they mistake for Negroes. We can stop pussyfooting around. We can stop with the nonsense. The target the whole time was Negroes. Period. The chosen of Yah. And now their souls are getting agitated now. And Negroes are running from every direction out of theirs. My goodness, almost half of them, racism, because there is a demographic of white people who claim to be white that are growing older and now becoming their parents. That's what's going on. Donald Trump used to hang around black people. Let me pause. Donald Trump was at all the clubs with Diddy and Yada and Yuda. Man, I was over in the tri-state area. You couldn't go a day without hearing D in the news. Nobody thought D was a racist. D was just weird, right? But then he grew up and turned into Fred Trump, the guy that attended a fucking Klan rally and got it written out the news. He's a racist piece of shit. And he's leading racist pieces of shit throughout this country that are being reignited through age and time. That's all. Everyone becomes their parents. And this generation is about to experience what the 40s and 50s were for Negroes, because these Southern Confederates have gone home and procreated. And now they want their violent sensibilities satiated. Next, yeah, whatever, I'm still doing this shit. All right. What's this? And what's this? I don't miss. Trump hits new poll odds with black Hispanic voters. What to make of it? What to make of it is they're fucking fools. Their selective ignorance has come into play. They don't think about a losing piece of white trash who fantasizes about screwing his own daughter, who's paid off hookers, failed at businesses, cheats, steals, lies, shits on himself because he wears Depends. That's verified. But they love this man. They love the orange, blonde-haired, blue-eyed menace. This is a demon thing. All right. I mean, and they say Hispanics, I don't know. Blacks for Trump. Blacks for Trump. Really? How woke is that, bro? What you think? Now I wonder what happened. You go with me. I wonder what happened when one of these folks let that N-word slip out their mouth around that, brother. You know how careful they are right now. Let me tell you about how many eyes are watching this Negro, because at the turn of a hat, he can begin to hold court. And it won't be long now. He'll get the news. He'll get it. He will get it. Yeah, you get it eventually. Next, I'm just going because I don't even want to see that nonsense, man. Brother, blacks for Trump. 2 black TikTok workers claimed discrimination. Both were fired after complaining. Oh, really? Well, so it's just me, right? I'm just like, it's like what? It's me. No, there's no attitude. White, they love us. There's no attitude. Just complain once, motherfucker. Complain. Say something. Say something. 2 black TikTok workers claimed discrimination, both fired after complaining to HR, as would be expected. About a year into her sales job, TikTok, Nanit Matima had what she described her first ever panic attack. Right after she got off New York subway, saw TikTok's over. She worked, thinking to myself, keep coming to this place, it's gonna kill you. So they're terrorizing her. I don't even want to read it because I can imagine they're terrorizing this woman. Fine. I remember this place. If I keep coming to this place, it's going to kill you. Said she was under severe stress at TikTok. She was given heavier workloads, excluded from meetings, and found out her supervisors called her names behind her back. Matina says she filed a complaint with Human Resources, but the company disregarded her complaints and manager retaliated. When she filed a second complaint, she was fired. Yes, she was fired. Yeah, don't expect any different treatment. In fact, folks, you need to dig in because the tsunami of racist hatred, the tsunami of white grievance is going to be played into the workplace, played out through firings, discrimination, exclusions, and they're going to become really open with it. And eventually they're going to strangle out anyone that isn't a reflection of who the fuck they are. Like Tim Scott or some boot-licking coon, you know? And I got to tell you, folks, none too soon, because all of them should prepare for their own enslavement. And I can imagine their fucking jaws hitting the pavement. I'm ready to tell any one of them, ask me what's going to happen to them soon, see? I'm sorry. I just got a little excited. Next! Show's running long. Everybody get this one right here. Black student suspended for his hairstyle. And of course, the school says it wasn't discrimination. What is it? That's his hairstyle. What is it? That bother you? Let me ask you a question, y'all. What is it about our hairstyle that agitates these weak motherfuckers? Because nothing infuriates me more than a fucking decision being made in the Supreme Court about the hair of Negroes, and then having to suffer in, of all places, Texas, where they have the lowest form of white man. That is their words, not mine. Go look at a John Wayne movie. They say it. The point is, this young brother can wear his goddamned hair any way he wants, legally. And they stop him, and you still grinning in this fucking country. That's what bothers me. And again, I'll say, when I saw the principal talking to the spokesman about this, his cavalier, disrespectful fucking stance nearly set me on fire. He had his fucking hands in his pocket. He had a cup of coffee in the other hand, and I swear I wanted to smack fucking fire out of that white man. I'd have got him to attention, and he'd have started calling me sir, and that'd have just been the beginning of my goddamn stir. That shit trips me out. You know, they think they have that much fucking authority over us and our children that they can tell our kids how to wear their fucking hair. I tell that dude to go take his ideations and shove them up his goddamned white ass. And I don't mean that shit figuratively either. That shit irritates me, man. Leave our fucking children alone. God damn. Black student in Texas served more than 2 weeks of in-school suspension for wearing twisted dreadlocks to school. I just can't. I mean, it just pisses me off. I don't want to read it. I'm running over anyway. Boom. Y'all get the gist of that shit. Another congressional district, and we're almost done. I think I've got one more. Yes. This was interesting. Black private school grads discuss thriving in their careers. Now, I had to reread this. Black private school grads. Folks, what we're witnessing is how we excel away from them. With our own devices, our own teachings, our own higher institutions of learning, our own funding, our own direction, thriving in careers as a result of a black private school. Nothing good has become of intermingling with our former enslavers. There is absolutely nothing they want to offer us to give us anything that goes above them in any sense of the word. They will never permit under their tutelage anything that will elevate Negroes over them purposefully. And as long as that is a sentiment within their minds, I want nothing to learn from these individuals. I like this article. I want to end it there. I think it's a good way to do it. So, there it is. All right, folks, that's it. That's the Doug Rice Show. Yeah, I tried to bring it into the second half. I try to recover. You can sit through an hour or so. You'll be fine. All right, I got to go, and I appreciate you taking the time. I do. Doug Rice Show, man. Look here. If you folks like what you see, please don't hesitate giving to me. I'll give back something for you. A PDF file, 1 or 2, maybe even 60. You'll see. And just check out the Doug Rice Show at Gmail. Write to me. And, the $ Doug Rice Show is the Cash App. That's what we use if you are looking for a PDF like that. Tomorrow, we're going to have a nice PDF reading. Who knows? I don't know what the information may be, but tune in tomorrow at 7 a.m. and you may see. All right, I got to go. It's been a good show. I ended it well. I like it. I feel good. All right, folks, y'all have a good day. And remember, take it easy on a Sunday. All right. Hey. Listen, sorry, just something I'm missing. We're in October. They're going to do all their Halloween stuff. They got the Columbus Day coming up. They discovered America and stuff. It's all coming back to them now, isn't it? Some way, somehow, they're going to figure out, how they can try to dig it in. Kind of point out how it's they that win. But I'm going to tell you this, folks. As long as you're out there in their public places, do me a favor. Get that goddamned grin off your faces. I appreciate that. See you tomorrow.